Everybody, welcome back to another video where today we are doing the shaman comparison. Now, the schedule has been wonky and the recording and all, but I finally got that 35-minute long video out. Yay! Now I can start my Wynncraft again. So, before ending this video, make sure to subscribe and to like, and while it, just click the notification bell to get notified of every video I upload. Now, the Shaman class, the most difficult class in my opinion, and on the Wynncraft forums, it also says it's the most difficult class. Now, once you master it, it's pretty easy, but before you master it, it's pretty hard, like every other class. Now, the Shaman, well, let me just say it actually does a pretty good amount of damage. It does work well with lots of mobs. Single mob is also even better to work with. But it says crowd control. Now, I'm not too sure what crowd control, but I'm pretty sure either I'm just bad at the game, or I'm pretty sure it doesn't work well with crowds. But I don't think every other class works well with crowds as well, so... Now, the skill point, well, you may want to upgrade your defense, because it's horrible on the shaman. It's even worse than the archer. 40% natural resistance. 40%. That's half than the mage, which is ridiculous. And also, as you can guys see, I'm using Wynncraft, so never mind that. But 40%. So on the Wynncraft forums it says this is twice as much damage as you would usually take, because warrior is a big strong tanky boy. And the shaman is a weak but the spells are pretty good. But the mage is the best at spells. Its range is also pretty good, but archer beats that. Its defense is though horrible. Its damage is the same as assassin. So, I'm not too sure if shaman is better than assassin, since I haven't played assassin in a long while. I've been more focusing on my regular shaman class. Now, the oak wood relic and the totem. It's beautiful. Green particles with the... So it gives you strength. It gives you strength. Not too sure if that strength works though. Pretty sure it does. Yay, Emerald Trail, so exciting. Yeah, 11 damage. So the totem damages mobs and while in their circle. And the melee attack is interesting. It shoots out 3 bolts that move slowly, but they're pretty long at a distance, but they get farther and farther, so it's like a cone shape. So if you get really close, you're pretty deadly. But if you're like really long, you're not as deadly, but you're still pretty good. Interesting. So it's when you're killing mobs, it's actually pretty quick with the oak wood relic, and it doesn't do too bad on boss fights. I've used it for like 5 bosses, since now I'm getting back into the hang of quests. And it's not too bad on the boss fights. You just spam, what is it? Oh yeah, aura a lot. Just spam aura all the time. But when you're low level, it's actually pretty hard to even survive. You only have your movement spell when you're level 11. And the totem It doesn't do much damage. It's overtime damage, but it's not instant damage. Instant damage such as the Arrow Storm or the... what do you call it? Arrow Storm or whatever else spell. Bash, maybe. Basically, every other class has a insta damage spell except for Mage, which is a heal. So, overtime damage, that's a pretty interesting one. And it adds to the difficulty as well, but it also gives you strength. So, you might want to have it when you're doing fights. It's super helpful, honestly. The aura spell, actually, the aura spell is the shaman's main DPS. Without it, you're basically a weak guy. So the aura is basically like a mage meteor, except it's not a head. It pulses out. It takes a long time to reach the mob, which might be a problem if you're like going with a super fast mob, like Corruptive Worlds, and a TP spammer mob is also very difficult to beat with the shaman. But it is a difficult class after all. You're looking for a challenge. Now, I'm embarrassed to admit that I died multiple times with my shaman class. Right now, it's pretty easy. But when you're low leveled, it's actually pretty hard to even stay alive. I'm pretty sure I said that, but let's make it clear. I died about 15 times going from Rogni to Nimrod. So it's really, really hard to survive. If anybody disagrees with that, you're good at the game. Good for you. Let me display the power of the totem. It can hit mobs under and above. 3 damage, that's cool. Also, the damage that the overtime totem does is dependent on your weapons. Now, if you want to upgrade your skill points, I recommend defense, your intelligence, and your strength. Agility is not in Shaman's main asset. Archer is, but not Shaman. What you need to upgrade is your intelligence, because the main attack, most Shaman weapons I see out there are very slow attack speed. They're not going to do you well in a fight without spells. So spells are really important and crucial for a shaman's survival. So upgrading your intelligence. Now, upgrading your defense is also crucial, so you don't want to get one hit by a random meteor or get oofed on by a bunch of mobs. Yeah, so I think that's all I have to say. Other than that, the shaman deals pretty good damage. It compensates the difficulty with damage, so that's well appreciated. So that's all I have to say. I hope you guys enjoyed this informational, but if you want me to do like a different type of showcasing, I could redo all of my best class videos. That way it will be better for you guys to actually see the potential of each class. But if you're asking, is Shaman a good teamwork player? Well, actually I don't play with friends, I'm sad. And I actually don't know that. I don't know if it's a good sideline. So far I've seen it's a pretty good damaging, so it's good for solo as well. But you might need some help once in a while. So that's it for this video. I'll see you guys in another video, and goodbye.